What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Radiant Thoughts podcast. It's your favorite host, KP.
It's your girl, Tori J.
And we back with another episode for y'all today. Before we get started, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notified whenever we drop, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can be up to date on everything that we do drop, because we bring y'all game each and every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Each and every Sunday. And I feel like we got some more game for y'all today. So, like I said, like this, share it to 5 people, 10 people, however many people you want to send it to, you know what I'm saying? Get us out there and get us seen. But I feel like we got a good episode today.
I think so.
I feel like we got a good episode for y'all today. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about the power of the tongue. The power of the tongue. Now, a couple episodes ago, you said something that I kind of challenged you about the when you speak about your test, when you was talking about your test and how you say you can't do something, you're not going to be able to do it, as opposed to like speaking life, you kind of speak the opposite to go like, you know, challenge yourself or whatever. And I felt like that was the wrong way to go about it. And so, which I think this is good that we're talking about this topic now, because we had that conversation sitting here on the couch.
Yeah.
So the power of the tongue is like, that's something you hear all the time. Like everybody says it, you know, just how words can, you know, create life or kill life essentially, or situations and stuff. So I think it's one of the most important things in, you know, life, just how we speak life into ourselves. Yeah. Or just anything of that nature. So why do you think this was a good topic to talk about? Because you came up with this topic.
I feel like, okay, so when I was younger, I was always, you know, people always say like words hurt, words matter, stuff like that. But they used it in the sense of like, when you're in school, be nice to everybody. Like, don't be mean, you know, stuff like that. So I think as I got older, like, honestly, within the last couple of years, I feel like is when I actually like started to hear it. In the sense of like in life, not just like being nice to people.
Right.
So I think it's important to just, because even like you just said, I still do this myself. I don't always speak in a positive manner to motivate myself. So I think it's important to, you know, try to focus on that and incorporate that into your life.
Right. See, now one thing with that though, I feel like a lot of people think it's corny to do that, because you know people have like affirmations, like they do daily affirmations, or they do, you know, just like pep talks to themselves to just give them like up themselves. And a lot of people feel like it's just kind of cheesy to constantly be so positive, because about how people look at it, like it's only so much positivity in the world. Like it's something like something bad is gonna happen, but it's like why put that out there? You know what I'm saying? When you can, if you know bad things potentially might happen or negative things might happen, just, you know, constantly just, I feel like as long as you still speak in life, and that'll help you maneuver through when those situations come. Yeah. And so like, I never understood the why behind people speaking negative as opposed to speaking positive. So what would you think like your why behind it is?
I mean, I don't do it all the time. Like, it depends, because like even when I just took my test the other day, I like was in the car like, okay, you got this, like, you know more than you think, don't stress about it. Like, I don't know, I think it just depends on the situation, I guess. But like sometimes I think when my nerves are like too bad about something, I'll be like, you can't do it, like you know, I kind of like
succumb to it, kind of.
I wouldn't necessarily, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, I kind of like, it makes my nerves just be like, all right, well, here goes nothing. I don't know, it kind of brings me down personally. Like if my nerves are too much. I mean, not to say that works for everybody,
so,
but like,
kind of, you don't want to give yourself an expectation that you don't think you're going to reach or something? Or?
I don't know. That's what I think I said last time. But like, okay, I'm trying to think of something. Say I have to go speak in front of somebody, I don't know, people. And like, sometimes when I get like really nervous, I'd be like really like freaking out. And so I think if I get to that point, if I just say like, you can't do it, or like, this is not going to go good, it's not going to turn out well, it makes me like, I guess not have as high of expectations, I guess. But I don't want to say that in a bad way to where I'm like, oh, go out there and do whatever.
Right.
But like, I don't know, I just kind of
set the bar low so you can clear it.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay. So one thing I kind of want to get into with that though is just how the meanings of like the words that you say sometimes, and how I think we look at things from like a just surface level a lot of times, and not knowing that our words how we say our words, like the way we're saying them, like what we're, the type of temperature, you know what I'm saying? You're saying it like when you saying certain things matter, and like how you frame the whole like situation, and it really can alter like your perception on anything. Like, cause I could say something to you one way and then go say something to somebody else, and they may take it completely different based on what their perception is. And so like the way you frame what you say, especially when you're talking about yourself, I feel like has to be important. It has to be like, you know, in my opinion, always in a positive manner, because I feel like I should never look at myself or speak down upon myself, because you really start to believe it. You know, you have people like with low self-esteem and stuff because somebody else might tell them something and they believe it, and then they start speaking it themselves and continue to believe it. So,
well, I feel like with me, I don't necessarily think I talk down upon like myself, but more so like for a situation. But I'm a person, I think of the worst possible case scenario most of the time.
That used to be me. I kind of worked on that a lot.
I'm starting to try to like, I feel like I'm not that person that's going to be like in the mirror like, you're awesome, you're amazing.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I say. People kind of think that corny. People think that's corny.
That's not me. I don't necessarily think it's
but
corny.
But some people need that.
I don't think I need that, so I don't do that. But like, I feel like I'm starting to try to think about stuff before I say it, because like I know if we do something, I'll be like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this.
All the time.
Not too much.
Every time.
So I'm trying to like be more conscious of, like, I still say it in my head, of course, but like physically, like not actually saying it. So like I try to, you know, keep it to myself. And it's hard. That's
why I think the power of the tongue is like what people always say. Because even if it's in your head, if you think it, you know, it still can be. But once it rolls off that tongue, that's when you put it in the atmosphere, and now like you asking for that back. Yeah. Essentially. And so it gets hard when you try to really pay attention to the words that come out your mouth, and you really like are conscious about the things that you say, because it can have an effect in ways that you might not even know. Like words, like you said, like even when we were young in school and they say don't say certain things, like that's how people that got bullied like long ago, like they can remember exact things that people said to them years ago. And I've had like people, because in school that would like talk to me like, yeah, I remember way back when you talked to me and said this to me, and I'm like, I don't remember, because I just kind of like talk to everybody, but like that one thing could have affected somebody all the way back then, and they still remember it to this day because it was something so positive in a situation where they might have so much, you know, negative around them. So I think it's important to, you know, frame and shape everything that you say to a person or even to yourself in a proper way, so you can kind of, I feel like, live life better. You know, because if you constantly speaking greatness, or you speaking positive vibes instead of like negative, it makes things a lot better. And it's just the same amount of energy that you give to negative thoughts and negative speaking and words elsewhere. That's the same. It takes the same amount of energy to be positive. Yeah. So that's why I feel like hate is stupid. If you hating, you just evil. Like, why you sit here, hey, it take the same amount of time or effort to appreciate that it does to hate. So if you a hater out there, you just hating because you just a bad person. I was gonna say evil again, but I don't want to say that. That's kind of it's kind of extreme.
Right. So I know like how we talked about how words can influence other people too, but I think if you like the words that you say influence your behavior and other people's behavior as well. So like if I'm saying something to you like in a negative way, like trying to bring you down and stuff, your actions are going to reflect that. Like
Absolutely.
if you're constantly hearing that, you're not going to go out and be like confident and, you know, all that type of stuff too. So
it's like, I seen a post that mentioned, it was like, stop yelling at your kids in the morning, expecting them to do good in school. And that really translates, because if you projecting negative energy every morning,
how do you think the rest of the day is going to go? The
rest of the day, if the start of your day is negative, you're going to have a negative tune for the rest of your day, especially as a kid, because you don't really have the cognitive ability to really change it. But like, even as an adult, if I wake up every day,
wake up on the wrong side of the bed,
basically, or if and I think you kind of do this a lot, or
do what?
You kind of wake up and you just be, and I always got to tell you, like, I don't feel like going to class. I hate this. I don't want to do this today. And I'm like, stop saying that, because you're going in with the negative attitude. Yeah. And as you're going in with that negative attitude, you're going to carry that. And a lot of times, and I think you don't do this, you don't spread it to everybody else. You kind of, because I watch how your whole demeanor changes once you go from being in the car to when you get inside or where you need to be. But I'm like, if you just start like that, the rest of your morning might go easy going. Or like when you get in there and something bad happens, you're more likely to react to it in a different way, as opposed of when you already upset. And it's like that one thing, that one inconvenience might be the straw that breaks the camel back. Yeah. And it's like, that could have been avoided if you would have checked yourself when you woke up.
Now, it's funny. I'll give you an example. Well, it's not an example, but it's related to like the wake up on the wrong side of the bed thing. One of my coworkers, I forgot what job that was, but I remember this. I don't know why. She said she woke up and she was like in a really bad mood for like the first hour. Then she went back to sleep, woke up on the other side of the bed. Like she actually
went back
up, on the other side of the bed and got up. She said she felt so much better.
She cap, or she just took the approach to like, know what, I'm gonna change my day. I'm gonna start my day over. That's what she did. And I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah.
And
she actually got on the other side of the bed.
Okay. You gotta do what you gotta do. If I'm not trying to have a bad day.
I think that is so funny. That is so funny to me.
I'm not trying to have a bad day today, so I'm going to make sure this day is right. And I think we succumb to, the negative just too easy. We let it just take over.
But I also feel like that's from society just in general, like the world in general. It's like negativity all around. So like being positive is like taking the extra step that people don't want to take,
Which I don't know why.
I have the same energy too, so I can't really.
It takes the same. It's too easy to be negative. It's too easy to like criticize and disrespect, or like, it's to where I feel like the same way it's too easy to do, it should be easy to encourage and uplift. And like, if you see somebody doing something that's kind of crazy, instead of be like, man, he crazy, what are you doing? He tripping over there. Instead, just either avoid it or like say some encouraging words or something. Like, and I feel like we always just prefer to just say the negatives, and which nobody's perfect. Every day you gonna have your you might you gonna have a slip up here and there, like, what I'm saying. So it ain't. But as long as you like checking yourself, and they always say think before you speak.
Absolutely.
And I didn't realize that until like I really understood that words do have power. So, and like, to go back to what I said earlier, if you can say one thing to one person and say something to somebody else and they mean two different things, like just the words themselves, like the words have meanings.
Right.
So like when you are utilizing these certain words, you got to know what you speaking on, or like how you really even trying to frame it and get people to interpret it, because it's so many different ways that, these things could be.
Yeah. Well, I feel like too, a lot of people, especially our age, I don't know, people are weird. And I feel like when you try to be like supportive, or like you show a little bit of emotion trying to like encourage somebody, it's looked at as corny.
Yeah.
Like when you say stuff like that. But I do think that that's like,
because we're not accustomed to it.
Right.
We're accustomed to the negative.
Yeah.
To where if we constantly hearing negative stuff, once you get a dose of like somebody actually really supporting you, like,
yeah,
what you on? That's like when they say, when the girls had like a bad man, like they had bad man after bad man after bad man, then they get a good man, and it's like,
who sent you?
They try to, the who sent you play, you know what I'm saying? And you start to self-sabotage. And I think that's what we do. When people constantly encouraging you or something like that, they're uplifting you, and you would mess around and self-sabotage yourself. Because somebody like, nah, you look good. Say, nah, I don't look good. Like,
yeah. So how do you, as a guy, with your friends, like, how do y'all encourage each other? I feel like guys be trying to be all dramatic and think everything dramatic? Gay when somebody say something, and like, so how do y'all?
You gotta pause some things.
Well, I know some things, yeah, but like some guys just, I don't know.
I mean, me and my homeboys, we just kind of encourage each other. I don't know. Like, I grew up playing sports, so it's kind of normal when I see somebody hooping, they going crazy.
No, but I'm saying like in serious situations, because I feel like you and your friends like communicate in a good way to where it's not like y'all have vulnerable moments in a way. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
it's just more so like I was saying though about the sports, that same thing kind of translates. It's like, you know, keep doing what you're doing type of thing. It ain't never just like you on some stupid stuff, bro. Like, you know, we just it's constantly like, is always uplifting each other. Like when we reach out about something, we give like honest feedback, and it's we uplift each other. If we criticize, we still gon', you know, end on a good note. It ain't never just like nothing negative. So I guess it's more so just we take all of the ego out of it, I think.
Right.
And we don't like feel like, nah, he just on some, he trying to play on me type of time. Because we know it's not that, because it's a genuine relationship. I think most of the time relationships aren't genuine to where somebody's speaking to them and what they're saying, it gets taken in a different light. So me and my friends, we kind of just, you know, we kind of just talk to each other. I don't know, it's just normal. So like, I don't even know how to tell you what we do, because it's just so normal that we just, you know, uplift each other when we talking to each other. It's like, you know, like I said, when we hooping and somebody going crazy and they cooking, we gonna tell you cooking. But like, that's the same way I tell my homeboy, like, if they doing good, like whatever they doing, like you graduating, like, yeah, you know, keep going, bro. Like, keep, you know, it's just all uplifting type of energy. So like, now on the women's side, y'all don't be taking kindly to when other people even congratulate y'all and stuff like. So how do y'all deal with?
I mean, that? I feel like, I don't know, women are weird. Like, it's always like, what'd you say?
Un poco.
It's always like competition.
Yeah.
I feel like, so then when somebody like says, oh, you look pretty, or like congratulations on something, and be like, you trying to be funny? Or you
see, we don't have that. We don't have that. At least most male friends, we just kind of, you know, males are competitive, but like, I'm not in, with my homeboys, I'm not in competition.
Right. Well, I'm saying in the sense of like encouragement and stuff like that. I feel like men and women are a lot different, because women would be like, I don't know, more openly encouraging to their friends and stuff, and like, rather than guys. You know what I'm saying?
In what way?
Like, I don't know.
I feel like the men are openly encouraging. Y'all to me fake be openly encouraging, then on the back end be talking crazy.
So that's what I was gonna say about like when I say, are you trying to be funny? Because you'll see somebody doing something like that, and then they go back to their friends like, did you see how she looked?
Yeah.
Something like that.
We don't really do that.
I know, but I'm saying in the sense of like, okay, say I have a friend who like opened a business or something, and like, I don't know, like, I guess.
And stop saying this. Oh, your little business still going? Nah, don't say little nothing. Your little podcast? Nah, it ain't little nothing. Speak on me how you speak on everything else. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But like, I guess I'm thinking more of like the social media aspect of it, I guess. That's why I said more openly.
Okay.
Like, something happened and like a girl would go and like post and like, you know, that's my friend, she did so good, I'm so proud of you, I love you so much.
Oh, see, now, yeah, we,
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like guys are like, good shit, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, and that's all they need. That's all we need. We don't need all that extra stuff. Like, we don't need shit. You know that. Like I said, he cooking. You know what I'm saying? That's it's simple. We don't need all the extra.
But I feel like
praise and stuff like that.
In the sense that a guy was to do that, people be like, oh, that's gay.
It'd be deemed as,
why he being all up like that? And
it depends on how far you go. Something, you know, you can dial it back a little bit. We, you know, I mean, we're men here.
Support is support. Like, support I don't feel like you need to, I don't know. I'm not a guy, so I guess I don't care that much.
But no, I think most men we know how to communicate with each other in a way that's just kind of like, we don't do the, like, me and my friend, we tell each other, like, we love each other here and there, like certain situations.
Y'all do that? I ain't never heard you say that.
We've had this conversation before. It'd be like, love, bro.
I've never heard you say that.
Yeah, me and my homie, sometimes, like, we'd be like, all right, I love you, man. I love y'all boys.
I've never heard you say that.
It'd be like, love y'all boys.
Post a picture of them or something and then say that, but I've never heard you.
Yeah, like, if we get off the phone, like, certain phone conversations, we like, it'd be a group of us, though, and be like, love y'all boys. I have
never heard you say that.
It's certain situations.
You ain't never said that.
Yes, I have. Certain situations in the moment, like, if something going on, we like dap up each other, like, yeah, bro, I love you, bro, man. Be smooth out here.
I never heard that.
You might have never heard it, but
we've been together 5 years. I've never heard you say that before.
I'm talking to my homeboys.
I've never heard he didn't say that, y'all.
How I'm capping?
I ain't never heard you say it, so
whatever. You know what? It is what it is. My homeboys know we locked in. And my dogs. We just don't do all the extra, you know. Okay,
so for the people who don't prefer the affirmations and like all the corny stuff, like me, maybe, I guess, what would you suggest for like self-talk and how to change self-perception?
I would say it starts with your thoughts. So if you're not going to do like affirmations and stuff, I would say think it. And like really, but you have to say certain things. Like you have to put it out in the atmosphere. I feel like either that or you write it out. You keep it, like, I feel like if you journal to yourself.
I've written affirmations down before.
Yeah, then
I feel like I can do that. I think it's just like the going in the mirror thing.
You are enough.
That's not for me.
You are the one. Like some people wake up every morning and say those things, but some people needs to hear it. But like if you write it down, you know, that's what they say, that if you write something out, you're more likely to remember it. So like,
would you feel like writing down has more effect than saying it out loud?
No, I feel like saying out loud has more effect.
Really?
Just because you're hearing yourself say it and you get it kind of, I feel like it gives you purpose. Like I'm saying it and it's motivating me, and I'm hearing it come out like my own voice, and I'm seeing myself saying it because I'm looking in the mirror as opposed to just writing it. I might lose the paper. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel like that.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like writing it down would be more effective. I don't know. I feel like if I heard it from somebody else, maybe versus myself.
But
I don't know.
Even hearing it from somebody else, because you can like okay, so.
From the verbal aspect, I'm saying hearing it versus me saying it may be more effective, I feel like. But maybe that's just me.
But like I was gonna say, kind of, I listened to some speeches here and there, and so I get what you're saying as far as hearing it from somebody else, because I used to watch, you know, some of Eric Thomas speeches. Like when I was driving every morning, like when I was just kind of in my zone, he had one. I forgot what it's called. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I listen to it every morning because that's the type of vibe I was on. And like I could tell myself it, and I could say the stuff, but it kind of hit different coming from somebody else. Pause. So like I get what you're saying. Don't look at me like that. But I get what you're saying. But in the aspect of like, when it's certain things, I feel like you have to hear yourself say it, because that's just the power of the tongue, I feel like, because when you hear yourself saying it, it gives you strength. I feel like the more when you release that and put it out there and manifest it for real and pray on it and do whatever you need.
You don't feel like that has the same effect if you write it though? That's what I'm asking.
No, I don't think so. And I think that's the power of the tongue though. Like, because what you say has influence.
Right. But I feel like if you're writing it, if you thought it and wrote it out, like if it's in the sense of like affirmations and stuff like that, you don't feel like it has the same amount of putting it into the atmosphere, I guess, like, you know.
It can. I think it just depends on the person though.
Maybe.
So.
Yeah, I feel like writing it is more like for me. But I'm also not a very like
talkative.
Yeah.
I like to talk sometimes. So I would prefer to just say it.
You be in the mirror saying it? You're awesome. You're gonna rule the world.
No, I would say that. I mean, I've written stuff down though. I write stuff down as reminders, so I can see it, and if I'm off track, it get me back on track. But I think saying certain things just gives off a completely different vibe, just because it might, like, it gives off that corny little vibe, but like once you really believe it, like you get energy from actually speaking, and like if it gives me energy every time I say certain things when I wake up and look in the mirror, then I'm rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why I probably look at that more than I would look at writing down affirmations and things of that nature. So
okay, so I found some quotes on this to end off for us today. So I have 3. So one is by Ashley Berry. I don't know who that is, but
shout out Ashley Berry.
Well, this is on Pinterest, so I don't know. It says, your body lines up with the words of your mouth. What you say is what you get. Do not verbalize your fears, verbalize your faith.
Yeah, don't speak your fears into existence. Don't give them no power.
Yeah.
I like that one.
And then the next one, Proverbs 18:21. Words kill, words give life. They're either poison or fruit. You choose.
That's exactly what I was saying as far as like, you know, speaking life or speaking destruction.
Last one is James 3:5. The tongue is a small thing, but what enormous damage it can do.
You got some fire quotes this week.
Shout out to Pinterest.
Maybe you should get quotes every week.
I think we should.
Quote of the week. Yeah, that's lit. That's lit. I like that. Let us know what y'all think about the quotes. Should we do a quote every week? Should we upload the quote on the Instagram and all that stuff? Should we do that? I think we should do that. You can say it if you want to.
That's fine.
But to close out though, I feel like the moral of the story with this though is like intentionally speaking. You know, because the
I feel like we talked about intentionality like a lot. Yeah. Especially like with the New Year. I think since like our New Year's episode, we've been kind of incorporated that into like everything. So
yeah, there's a scripture in the Bible that I know that it says like the tongue is mightier than a sword, or it's a story or something. And I think just when you speak with intention and you lead with certain, like when your intentionality is great, then the outcome more likely is going to be great. So when you lead with intention, you know, on your life and the things that you say, it allows you to move more positively, more aligned to what your goals may be. If you know you got certain goals and stuff that you want to reach, or certain things that you're trying to do, and you speak those into existence and be real intentional with how you move, then everything kind of would play out for you, I feel like, a lot better. And so that's one thing that I want everybody to work on, because I don't think we think before we speak a lot of times. And just understanding that the words that you say have power. The things that you utter, no matter when you by yourself in the room, in the corner, tucked off, it still got power. You know what I'm saying? So like, be very intentional with the things that you say about anybody else and yourself, any situation. Just the first thing I believe that we should do is just speak life. Always give life to situations as opposed to speaking destruction.
Yeah.
You know,
if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. We learned that in kindergarten, y'all.
That's a fact. That is a super fact. You ain't got nothing nice to say, and that's in any situation, not even about people. So if you ain't got nothing nice to say about nothing in life, for one, go find something nice, because there's something out there, and speak nicely about it. You know what I'm saying? And speak positive, and speak life into everything around you, and radiate everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Radiant Thoughts. But with that being said, yeah, we done here. I feel like we gave y'all some good information, some good knowledge that y'all can go take and apply to y'all everyday life. Just be more intentional with the things that we say, the things that we do. And yeah, that's it. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Catch us next week. Catch us next week, 12 o'clock Eastern time on YouTube, Spotify, whatever, all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go follow us on Instagram. I ain't said that in a while. Radiant Thoughts _ I'm gonna put that right here somewhere. Maybe I'm gonna put it above her. But we out, baby.